Well, hello, welcome back to Tale 3 Cabins. Today's project kind of has to do with a few things that's been happening on like the Facebook forums, on the compact tractor forums, and they've been talking a little bit about the brush crusher, and I've had this now for probably at least 2 years, and I've used it quite a bit, and I've never had an issue with it. And I did get a comment on one of my videos when I was using this saying that the brush crusher damaged their tractor. And I looked into it a little bit, and it seems like the folks that have had issues usually have a bigger tractor than the 1 series. Most of the time it's like a 3 series or bigger. I've been using this now for quite a while, and I've got a project today where I'm going to be using it quite a bit. And I might actually push it a little hard this time because of what I need to do out there. The issues that been talked about is that when you clamp down on something, this top part is clamping down with the force of the pistons on the top here. It's pushing down, and the folks that are having problems when they're clamping down, they might be clamping down too hard, and they said they're actually pushing the pins right through the front of their clamps for their quick connect, whether they're hooking up to their bucket, the brush crusher, or other implement. But those pins that are used for the quick connect up front here are being pulled through and damaging the ends of their tractor here on the loader arms. Like I said, I haven't had that issue, but I'm going to do a little project here that we'll get to shortly, so why don't you come check it out. These are the remnants of a very, very large oak tree that I cut down just before putting up the pole barn. This stump here is very heavy and very large. I'm going to see if that brush crusher can budge it and move it off the ground. I couldn't do it when I first cut it down. So to get to it, I'm going to have to move this debris out of the way. I also have this burn pile that's kind of gotten out of hand. In the burn pile is some wood that's still decent that I want to use for firewood. And my neighbor's kind of been adding some stuff to it too. He added some old stumps that were rotting out and just threw them on there. So I'm going to kind of pick through that stuff, take out the good stuff, and get a little fire going so I can get that stump on top of the fire. It never fails when I'm doing a project and I think I'm moving something out of the way, and it ends up getting in the way still of another project. So I'm moving this stuff kind of far away from here, and I'll end up taking my log splitter eventually and just splitting it all in this location. Now when I pick things up with the brush crusher, I usually just use enough force that I need to pick it up, and try not to use any more than that, because you're going to end up pinching whatever you have. You get branches tangled up in it, or maybe you could do damage to it, I'm not sure. I do know that it's human nature that we tend to make a bigger stink about something when something is going wrong than when something is going right. So a lot of times when I see somebody complain about the brush crusher, there are a lot of people that come out and say they've never had any issues with it. But usually if you have a negative response to something, you're more likely to say something on a forum or type about your experience than if you just have a normal, good experience. When I talked earlier about not having any issues with the brush crusher, I meant not having issues with it damaging my tractor, other than maybe scuffing the paint on the bottom of the loader arms. But I do have issues, and I've brought these up in the past, where I have something stringy or viney, and it's hard to get it to release off the brush crusher. I've gotten all the decent wood out of there that I can use for firewood. In fact, I think my neighbor is kind of eyeing some of it up. Now I just want to redistribute the things that I need to burn, and I'm going to put it on top of the cardboard here that I brought out to get the fire started. While I get some coals building up on this fire, I can start making my way towards that large stump. I'm going to pretty much let this whole clip roll as I'm trying to get a good bite on this stump or somehow get it out of here. I might do a quick edit when we reposition the camera just to get it out of the sun glare. It's looking like just getting a good bite on it is hopeless right now, but I just keep working at it and working at it. I'm thinking of giving up, but I'm going to keep trying. Now I'm thinking I should just take the brush crusher off, put the loader back on, get a chain and use the hooks on the loader to strap on there and get a good bite on this stump and carry it over to the fire. But I'm going to give it one more try. I promised you I was going to put this thing to the limit, and that's what I'm going to do. I've got some good clamping force with the brush crusher. This stump is probably in the neighborhood of 800 pounds. It's sticking out a little far out, which affects my lifting power, but I just got it a couple inches off the ground. Just to show you, the pins are still straight. This might be an issue for some folks that have a larger tractor. It seems like the ones that have issues are using like a 3 series, so maybe it's too much tractor. I'm going to keep tending to this fire, and just so you know, it did rain yesterday. The woods are very moist. There is a slight breeze, which is actually helping this stump burn quicker, and the fire is going to be under close supervision. My neighbor across the way did come by, and he's starting to help himself to the firewood. I should have plenty left over for myself and a few others. I really don't know about some of the controversy involving the brush crusher. Some people claiming that it damages their tractor or it's pulled the pins out. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of talk about it online. Some folks have no problems using the brush crusher, and other folks are complaining that it might be doing damage to their tractor. It seems like the ones that are saying that it's doing damage have a much larger tractor than the Series 1. But I kind of consider this brush crusher a Series 1 or a Series 2 tractor implement. So I have a good head start on trying to eliminate this stump. I was really surprised that the brush crusher was able to get it over here, even though I couldn't get it more than a few inches off the ground. But it got the job done, and that was my task for today. I still have to do a lot of work in cleaning that up. I'm going to need the chainsaw, and we're going to start saving some of this wood and splitting it. And then the scraps, I'm going to continue to feed over to this stump so I can try to slowly whittle away and start burning this stump into oblivion. I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you subscribe to these videos and enjoy them. And keep an eye on us. And I'm going to go start putting stuff away.